Avalab's president, John Wu, joins us, I'm pleased to say, along with our very own Sonali Basak, crypto expert in residence. And let's start with you, John, a little bit as to how the mood feels right now, because last times we've come on, you know, peak bank crisis, peak worries and trials and tribulations of crypto. We seem to be in a holding pattern right now.
Well, I think the mood for practitioners like ourselves who are operating in the space is obviously better. Ever since, frankly, Larry Fink, BlackRock, Fidelity, and all these big players decided to refile for their ETFs, it's a big show of confidence that not only do they think their individual users, we're talking about $9 trillion of assets at BlackRock, $5 trillion at Fidelity, are interested in this space, but I have a deep suspicion that Larry Fink realizes now, based on his comments, that there's real use case and it's useful to tokenize financial assets, to streamline operations.
He was so skeptical. He was so skeptical.
Read his quotes from 17-18 versus 22-23. Complete about face. And that's what makes me very excited. We need new leaders into the space.
But if you have a crypto industry that was supposed to be separate from Wall Street, and you have a Wall Street giant stepping into the crypto industry, why embrace it if you're kind of a crypto native here? If you believe that there should be another system, then what is the point of BlackRock getting in?
I think there will be two worlds. There will be the white glove service that a BlackRock provides, low fees, custody, et cetera, and then there are the deeper intricacies where only a native crypto firm like Ava Labs really understands. All the stuff that Larry Fink is talking about, Ava Labs already provides in what we call a sub-network, which is a blockchain as a service with a software development kit that has all the features for compliance and use cases. In fact, we've already partnered with WisdomTree, with Wellington, and T Rowe doing similar things. So I'm excited because it lends more credibility to the space.
What about Coinbase? Let's talk about it for a second, because BlackRock chose a crypto firm, Coinbase, to deal with its custody of Bitcoin. On the same time, there's a lot of questions about fee compression when it comes to the Bitcoin space. How do you kind of net out the effect here for a firm like Coinbase as more ETFs get in?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely going to be fee compression on the retail side. On the institutional side, Coinbase is making huge strides. In fact, I think all five of the top ETF filers, BlackRock as well as CBOE, are using Coinbase as a surveillance partner. Now, if these mega traditional financial institutions trust Coinbase, maybe the agencies will have to also reevaluate if they trust them as well.
Sonali, I mean, with your expertise, the way you're following it at the moment, what about the regulatory overhang? Because that's all we've been talking about for the first few months. And then now with BlackRock and with these big institutions, what about SEC? What about CFTC?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's been this big expectation that the SEC will come in and just approve these ETFs, but we've seen many years go by without that happening. At the same time here, I mean, I'm wondering, you know, how hesitant are Wall Street firms to get in? And an issue we've been talking about on the sidelines here is not just the ETF world, but also just the plain old liquidity you're seeing in boring old Bitcoin markets. We have gone nowhere, guys. For 3 weeks, it's been up against 30,000. Who's trading?
That's a great point. If you look at the volumes, whether it be on Coinbase or the overall averages in the indices, volume is still coming down even though prices are going up. And that's what I've been talking about for a long time. The market structure is still kind of broken. All the leverage players in the past, whether that be Celsius, BlockFi, Genesis, they're not in there to provide leverage so people can trade more. It's the same people trading, creating price movement, but the volumes are still down and going down.
But is a lack of leverage ultimately a better, more healthy thing? And to that point, does that then move us outside of the world of just talking about Bitcoin into, well, some of the altcoins and your own ecosystem a little bit?
Yes and no. Leverage has been part of every financial ecosystem, whether it's mortgaging for a house or whether it is in other financial markets. In fact, if you don't have leverage, you don't have velocity of money and you don't have growth. So leverage is maintaining a healthy leverage is important for any ecosystem.
And John, give us a sense of like globally where we sit right now, because the talk on this show has been a lot about, well, we're losing our talent. From the US, they're all going to the Middle East. Interesting news out of BitOasis and the regulatory oversight there today. But people are looking at other places to build their companies, their startups. But where are volumes coming from internationally? Because it all used to be based on China, really.
Great question. I mean, from my seat as an operator, I see far more business development activity in Asia as well as in Europe. Although the US financial services firm have taken a step back, waiting for the compliance and regulation to play out, the amount of deals we're working on at Alva Labs in Asia as well as in Europe have only increased. So they see the usefulness of the blockchain technology and they're engaged. US, hopefully with these new leaders, will start that process as well.
You know, it's interesting to see this international engagement, but at the same time, wouldn't you still see Bitcoin prices move higher if there was that much more engagement? At this point, do you see more risk to the upside or the downside when it comes to Bitcoin?
No one could predict the short term. It's a 45% vol product, so who knows? But I see in the medium and long term upsides where you want to be. You have the halving coming next year. Historically, that means it goes higher into it. And also, if you look at the curves in the financial markets for the futures contracts for Bitcoin, no one's giving it price appreciation. So I think you can look at like the options market. A 25 delta call on Bitcoin is priced almost the same as, for 3 months, it's almost the same as a 25 delta call 6 months out on Bitcoin. And for a 45 to 50 vol product, that's really not much contango. It's kind of weird. So no one's giving it credit. And usually you take the opposite side of where people are standing.
Oh, John, technical analysis, music to our ears. Talk a little bit about it being anything other than basically a speculative asset class. Like even in the world of NFTs, we have still seen underlying work being done there. Interesting moves with Mischief, interesting moves with Louis Vuitton, interesting moves with collectibles, but the price points aren't shifting particularly. And I'm interested in ultimately whether people see this as anything other at the moment than a speculative asset class.
We see it differently. The work we're doing with NFTs, we're working with like SK, which is a large conglomerate in Korea. They have probably one of the largest loyalty programs in the world. 25 million South Koreans are in this, 90,000 unique merchants. So basically, they're going to put that loyalty program on a blockchain. When you have that many participants and you need to move information of value at the same time, you want to do it on a blockchain. That's how we're exploring with NFTs, through loyalty programs. There are other companies, even the US, brand companies working with NFTs to create more engagement. There's a use case for NFTs, not just pure digital collectibles.